Hey guys, welcome back to the Sports Talk with Hawk podcast. This isn't the original podcast that I was going to be doing. Today, I want to look at a legacy. What is a legacy? And what does it mean when you leave that legacy behind? Yes, we're going to look at some NFL owners because of something that happened today. Let's go. All right, guys, here we go. Today, the NFL Colts longtime owner, Jim Irsay, passed away. I am going to take out all of the controversy, speculation that I know will be surrounding his death and everything with it. And we're just going to talk about the legacy of a football team owner. And the legacy of some of the owners that we have lost in the last 10 to 15 years. Earlier this year, we already lost Virginia McCaskey, the longtime owner of the Chicago Bears. Her son has now taken over the reins, but is more than likely going to be selling the team. Jim Irsay passed away today. For now, his daughters will be taking over. And we'll get into what I hope happens here in the next 9 to 18 months with the team so that the team can have continued success. Something that often happens, and this is true of people who make money, millionaires, billionaires, etc. It's hard to let go. Humanly speaking, it's hard for us to let go when we have succeeded in something. And we saw this with Al Davis and the Raiders. Al Davis was a pioneer for the NFL. Al Davis was a huge catalyst to the success of the NFL. But in the late years became a laughingstock to many media members and even fans because he wasn't in touch with the game anymore. And the team was basically bankrupt. He left a bankrupt team for his son to take over, who, I want to give Mark Davis credit, has worked really hard. We can criticize some of the decisions he's made, but he has worked very hard to restore the legacy of the silver and black. When in 2014, we actually had a really rough year losing owners. Bud Adams, longtime owner of the Houston Oilers and Tennessee Titans, passed away. William Ford passed away. Then we lost Ralph Wilson, the longtime owner of the Buffalo Bills. And they shaped the game that we love. And this is why I want to take out all the controversy and everything else, because people matter more. And I want to give a huge shout out. I've already seen Twitter. On the Colts post itself on Twitter, I want to give a huge shout out to the Jacksonville Jaguar, Tennessee Titan, and Houston Texan fans specifically for being absolutely great sports and wishing condolences, well wishes, prayers. At the end of the day, that's competition. You beat your rival on the field, but off the field, we're all here to have fun, cheer for our team. I've lost my mother, my grandfather. You have children and grandchildren today that lost a father and a grandfather and a great-grandfather. People lost an uncle, a friend. People matter more at the end of the day. Jim Irsay made one of the craziest moves ever. He built the Indianapolis Colts, drafting Peyton Manning, bringing in Tony Dungy, getting rid of Jim Mora, bringing in Bill Polian, and building a culture of a team that for the majority of my lifetime was a highly respected and loved organization in the NFL, highly respected and loved by fans, even the New England Patriot fans. That respect had diminished in the last couple years. But at the end of the day, the Indianapolis Colts have a beautiful stadium. The city of Indianapolis has flourished and thrived with the success of the team that he built. It matters. No, I don't know him personally, and I do not want it to sound like I do at all. But he built something. He built something that I, as a child, loved. As a young adult, loved. Poured my passion into watching the Indianapolis Colts. Al Davis built something. Built something that everybody in Oakland loved. The silver and black. The Detroit Lions had been a joke for a while, and now, thankfully, have turned the corner, seemingly, and have had recent success, which has helped propel them. The Bears, I hope, with the way that this offseason has gone, can get back to being respected. This isn't the case of Dan Snyder with Washington. Josh Harris came in, and I hope that the Irsay girls do the same thing that Josh Harris did. Own the team, fine. They have a lot of things they do outside of the team, the kicking the stigma, mental health, a lot of different things in the community, the sponsorships, and everything else. Own the team, that is fine. But Josh Harris gave you a blueprint of how to have success. Bring in a football operations manager, a CEO that is over football, that is in charge of football. Football goes through him and him alone. And let him manage it. Bring in smart football people. That is how to have success. In recent years, we lost Pat Bowlen. The Denver Broncos are now owned by a group. We've lost some of the founding people of this sport, football, that we love, that we give our emotion, our passion, our energy, give our time and our money to. And no matter what the outside thinks, no matter what the narratives may be, they're still people. They will be missed by somebody. And what they built and the legacy that they leave behind should matter. For me, I will not remember the recent years of Irsay, although we all know them. My memories will consistently be of an 8-year stretch where my team was one of the best, where my team was respected, where my team was built correctly and played hard in the right way. That was started by the owner. To the Irsay family, thoughts, prayers, well wishes through this hard time. And to the family members of those who we've lost, it doesn't really get any easier. I was talking to a friend on Sunday morning about Mother's Day that it obviously was 2 weeks ago. And for whatever reason, I had struggled with this Mother's Day more than the ones previously over the last 5-7 years. And I just really struggled this past Mother's Day because my kids never knew their grandmother. She passed away before my wife and I got married. And it never fully gets easier. Coping is, we have life gets busy, we forget things we need to remember in life when life gets busy, let alone things that are just a remembrance. So a family is hurting. I know there will be people that draw a really bad narrative, and the circumstances around his death, what happened, what led up to it. I do not want to get into any of that. It's a person. His daughters lost a dad. And I want that to be the focus. Legacy. It matters what you leave behind. For the Irsay girls, Jim Irsay leaves behind a solid franchise. Yeah, it's not what it was 10, 15 years ago. But he leaves behind a solid franchise who is not broke. They're not in dire straits. They're successful. That's what he leaves to his daughters. And that he can be proud of. We've lost a lot of owners in the last 15 years. A lot of owners that mattered to this league, to the startup, to keeping it going. Thank you, Jim Irsay, for what you did for the city of Indianapolis, for the town, helping build it up, the support in the variety of aspects and avenues that you supported. I got to work with a company that had a partnership with the Colts. I got to meet some of the Colts office personnel while in that position. You worked hard to be a fixture in the community, and it showed. It showed. Thank you for what you did for the city of Indianapolis. And to the Irsay girls, I say good luck. Good luck, and I hope that you have success following in your father's footsteps. And I hope that good, solid people will come next to you and help you along the way, as they did your dad. I know it's a little bit different of a podcast, obviously short, may not be your cup of tea, but people matter more. And it's in these moments that you remember we're still human. And this is still a game. And people play this game. We'll get back to the normal podcast on Friday. For now, thoughts, prayers, well wishes to the Irsay family. Thank you, thank you, thank you to the fans who have been gracious and kind on Twitter. I've just been watching all of the comments pop up on the Colts post because I have been impressed. This is an easy time to just kick a team and kick people when they're down, especially division rivals. So I do want to give a huge shout out, like I said, to the Jaguars, the Titans, and the Texan fans, and the fans around the NFL that have shown their support and their prayers and their thoughts. We're people. People matter more. And people love football. For Sports Talk with Hawk, I'm Hawk. And I'm out for tonight. Have a good night, guys.